Good morning student. Today we will start with our exercise 6.3. Yesterday we have seen how to find out the number of digit in a square root of a given number. If it is a perfect square number, then how to find out the square root. And then we have seen two sums. One is of what should be multiplied to make the number a perfect square number, and one sum is what should be divided. Let us go with our exercise. Question number first. What could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following number? In our 6.1 exercise also we have seen what could be the possible one digit of the square of each of them. Here it is square root. For square what we are doing? For 1 and 9 we know there is 1. For 2 and 8 it is 4. 3 and 7 it is 9, 4 and 6 it is 6, and 5 is 5, 0 is 0. This is for square number. So reverse of it is for your square root. It means if a square number ends with 1, the square root of the number ends with 1 or 9. It can be 1, it can be 9. If the square number ends with 4, the square root of the number will ends with 2 or 8. If square number ends with 9, then its square root ends with 3 or 7. If square number ends with 6, then the square root of the number ends with 4 or 6. For 5 it is 5, for 0 it is 0. So first question is the number 9801. So it is a square number because we have to find out the ones digit of the square root. So the given number is a square number. If it is ends with 1, then the ones digit of the square root may be 1 or 9. So what is our answer? The ones digit will be the ones digit may be 1 or 9. Maybe 1 or 9. The second question, the second example of that question only, 99856. The number square number ends with 6. For 6, what will be the possible square root digit, ones digit place? It will be 4 or 6. So we will answer that the ones digit may be 6. For 6 it is 4 or 6. So in this way we have to answer. Now let's see the second question. What is the second question? Without doing any calculation, find the number which are surely not perfect squares. Without doing calculation, how can we find out that the numbers are not perfect squares? Because we know that the number ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8 are never be a perfect square number. So with the help of this property, we will write down without calculation that they are not perfect square numbers. Third question. Find the square root of 100 and 169 by method of repeated subtraction. What is the method of repeated subtraction? If we have to find out the square root of 100, then we have to start with subtracting first odd number 1, that is equals to 99. Then second odd number 99 minus 3, that will be equals to 96. Then the third odd number, that is 96 minus 5, which is equals to 91. Then fourth odd number, that is 91 minus 7, that is equals to 91 minus 7. It means 90 equals to 84. 84 minus 9 is equals to 75. 75 minus 11 is equals to 64. 64 minus 13 is equals to 51. 51 minus 15 is equals to 36. 36 minus 17 is equals to 19. And 19 minus 19 is equals to 0. So how many steps we have attempted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the square root of 100 is equals to 10. So in this way we have to find out the square root with the help of repeated subtraction method. Then move with our further question, that is question number 4. Find the square root of the following number by the prime factorization method. Prime factorization method, it means the method where we have to take out the like LCM, that is 729. Okay. Now it is not an even number, so it is not divisible by 2. So 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 7, that will be 18. So it is divisible by 3. So let's move with 3. 3 2 ja 6, 12, 3 4 ja 12 and 3 3 ja 9. Then further 3 plus 4, 7, 8, 9. So again it is divisible by 3. 3 8 ja 24, 3 1 ja 3. 81, it is 8 plus 1, 9. Again divisible by 3. 3 2 ja 6, 7 8 21, 3 7 ja 21. Again 27, it is divisible by 3. 3 9 ja 27. 3. Again 3 and 3 1. Then we will write all the factors, prime factors of 729. It is all are 3. How many times? 6 times. 3, 3, 3. This much will be 6 times. So we have to make the pair of 3 3s. So when we will find out the square root of 729, we will write for this 2 3 it will be a 3. For this 2 3 it will be a 3. And for this 2 3 it will be a 3. So 3 3 ja 9, 9 3 ja 27. So the square root of 729 is equals to 27. So in this way you have to find out all the questions. Moving with our next question, that is question number 5. What is the question number 5? For each of the following number, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the number so obtained. Yesterday we have seen one example. What should be multiplied to make it a perfect square number? It is same type of question. There is same question. Find the smallest whole number that should be multiplied. So whatever the pair of the number will remains unpaired. Whatever the number will remains unpaired, that number we have to multiply to make it a perfect square number. That we have seen yesterday. So I think you can do it, this question number 5 by your own. Let's see question number 6. In question number 6, for each of the following number, find the smallest number by which it should be divided so as to get perfect square. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. So yesterday we have seen this example also. What should be divide, what should be multiply. So this question number 5 and 6 are depend on the same that examples. So you can do question number 5 and 6 by seeing the previous video. Now let's see the question number 7. Now this question number 7, it is on again square root, square and square roots, but it is in a form of a word problem. So let's see the word problem. What is the word problem? What is the word problem? The student of class 8 of a school donate rupees 2401 in all for Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donate as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. What is given? whatever the number of students, that much money they are donating. If suppose 10 students, so each student will donate 10 rupees. If suppose 20 students, then each student will donate 20 rupees. But here we don't know the number of students, so we will let the number of students be x. Let the number of students be x. Okay. Secondly, what is given? Each student donate as many rupees as the number of student in the class. It means the rupees is same as the number of student. So we will write that therefore the money donated by each student is equals to x. And what is the total contribution? The total donation is equals to rupees 2401. As many rupees, as many student. So student and money will be multiplied. That is x multiplied by x is equals to 2401. X multiplied by x means x square. X square is equals to 2401. So what will be the x? X, it means under root of 2401. If we want to remove this exponent 2 from here, then we have to find out the square root on the right side of the number. So x square is 2401. That's why we find out x. And for x, this square, so we have to find out the square root of 2401. Now you have to find out the square root of 2401 with the help of your prime factorization method, and you have to answer it. So x is equals to, so here answer is 49. X equals to 49. What is our x? X is the number of student. And what is asked in the question? Find the number of student in the class. So the number of student in the class, therefore the number of students in the class is 49. Is 49. So in this way we have to solve the exercise 6.3. So today I will give an assignment, this exercise 6.3, and you all have to complete. So tomorrow we will go with a new topic, that is to find out the square root of non-perfect square numbers and perfect square numbers both with the help of long division method.